Hey everyone, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel where you get some of the hottest topics on a daily basis and consistent basis of music, entertainment, reality TV recaps, and some of your favorite whatever it might be. Let's give people some time to get into the chat room. I'm going to do a quick little countdown and then we're going to just jump right on in. And look, where are my notes? Okay, let's get into it. And we're back. You know, I had to do, look, I was watching Porsha's live and then preparing for this recap. Matter of fact, let me get my notes. So much going on, y'all. I've been so busy today. I mean, a good busy, but Lord, I can't keep up. I took some notes. I did a recap. I was recording my podcast at the same time. Let me give people a moment to get into the chat room. Let me know you're here and where you're watching from. I'm your boy, TheKempire. This is Kempire Daily, where you get a daily dose of hot topics, live recaps of some of your favorite shows, and of course, you know, all the good stuff that you enjoy. Check out the videos if you haven't already. Don't forget to like this video. And if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out when we go live or when we upload. Hey, Teresa, what's going on? I want to give people a moment before we jump into the Real Housewives of New Jersey recap. I did watch Porsha Williams on live a moment ago. And I'll just give you my quick thoughts before we jump into the recap. I was a little confused. I mean, not confused. That might be. It was just a lot of information trying to make sense of what she was trying to say. If you haven't been following the story, first of all, the show, we saw Kenya question Porsha's intentions with the Black Lives Matter movement. We saw that, but we had no context because reportedly, according to everyone involved, at Todd's birthday, which was filmed but never shown on the show for whatever reason. Well, according to Porsha, she asked him not to show it on the show. They had an argument. Well, Kenya and Porsha apparently had an argument because of, this is so complicated. Porsha wanted to be involved in going to the network about some, I could say for lack of a better word, demands. And now, thank you, Daisha, for the gifts. I appreciate you. And Candy had already went without the group. So look, I'm just tired of this nonsensical drama. Look, I'm just tired of this nonsensical drama. Hey, Matthew, what's going on? Basically, what Porsha was trying to clear up, she was trying to say that she had no ill will towards Candy. Like she's happy for what Candy's trying to do, and she supports what Candy's trying to do. She just wishes that everyone could have went to the network together. That's where the disagreement was. Look, I have to say, I watched the entire live, and at the same time, I was just like, all right, I get it. Nobody is at fault here. Everyone's trying to do something. I do think Bravo was irresponsible, though, for not including what happened with Candy, but including what happened with Kenya. If you're going to take that part out, context is important, especially if we're talking about race. Take out what Kenya's saying, because now you're making Kenya look like she's crazy and she doesn't support the Black Lives Matter movement. Anyways, I've digressed. Eye roll. Hey, Miriam. I want to talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I just was weighing in on Porsha Williams going live. Look, I believe Porsha has good intentions. It is what it is. I've elaborated more on this on the podcast. The podcast will be available tomorrow. It's Kempire Radio. I will just put that on a little scrolly thing so you guys can subscribe. There will be links available in the description of this video. Subscribe. I already recorded a good portion of the podcast. So I'm going to try and keep this live as short as possible so I can go finish the podcast so it can be available to you tomorrow. Okay. Let me just say hello to everyone in the chat room. Hello to everyone in the chat room. TikTok, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. That way I can see your comments. Thank you, Daisha, for all your gifts. And Daisha says, yes, they are always doing a lot of shady things. My birthday is today. Happy birthday, Cookie. Cookie, wasn't it your birthday the other day? All right, let me just get this again. Let me just post the link if you guys want to call in and share your thoughts on the latest episode of New Jersey. New Jersey, to me, is consistently bringing it. I am enjoying New Jersey. I know a lot of people are like, no, it's whack. It's not. It hasn't been. I have to say, in comparison to some of the other shows that have premiered during this season, New Jersey, to me, is still very, very good. And I enjoyed this episode, even if I don't necessarily believe all the storylines. I don't believe all the storylines. I'm just going to say that. Oh, Teresa said, nanny or housekeeper? This is a question that comes up during the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I don't know. Is it politically incorrect to say nanny or housekeeper? I know when I have one of those, I'm going to call them a house manager because that just seems more politically correct. I didn't know it was politically incorrect. I don't know. Creatoress says, yes, Real Housewives of New Jersey is bringing it indeed. Okay, at least I'm not alone. At least I'm not alone. Oh, my girl's here. My girl's here.
Hi.
How are you?
Do you like my name?
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. I need to pay attention every time you come on. Will never look at pineapple. Pineapple. Really? Pineapple?
Pineapple.
I know. I'm saying pineapple though.
Okay.
Where's my mind at?
Oh,
will never look at pineapple the same. I actually want some pineapple. That's one of my favorite fruits.
Oh my God.
But I digress.
It is mine too. What?
First of all, Miriam's here. Hey, Miriam.
Hey.
Miriam always calls in, and I appreciate her so much because she always makes me think about something, and I'm like, oh, I never thought of it that way, which I respect because it takes a lot. My stubborn Taurus self to be like, oh. Before we jump into Jersey, and look, I hope everyone sees your new name. Because earlier, it was, what was it before earlier? Here for Cynthia.
Here for Cynthia. That was a reply to you, because you're not there.
I like Cynthia. Look, but speaking of, before we jump into the full recap, did you see Porsha's live?
I saw for less than a minute. I couldn't watch it anymore.
Why?
Because I feel like she just proved the opposite of what she was trying to say.
Oh.
I think that hit a nerve because there are no wishes. Why? I think she wished she thought of it before anyone else did. She must have thought, hello, guys. Hi. I think she wishes why didn't I think of that? That's what that was for me. I feel like, just like you said, it was Shady Bravo again.
Yes.
Shaping the narrative for Kenya. She's already, see why I love Kenya? I'm with the underdog all the time. I feel like really most of the hate she gets from others is because of the editing. And here editing played a big role. She's not the main person with the problem here, but they chose to choose only her opinion about it, not the person in the thing, which is Candy.
Yeah. No, I agree. And like I said, I elaborate more on this on the podcast, but I agree. I just feel like if you're going to take out such a pivotal part of a story, you might as well take out what Kenya said, because then it doesn't make sense. You make her look like she's not in support of Black Lives Matter.
Porsha.
And look, this is not a Porsha hate channel, because I do appreciate what Porsha's doing, no matter what her intention is. I do appreciate what she's doing because it's still bringing light to such a sensitive and important issue. They said
T-Swirl
in the comments.
Huh? It's because, why did she do the live now? Is it because of what came out yesterday? Like I said,
That's what she said.
like,
I watched the entire live. She did say the reason why she decided to comment on it is because Vulture is such a huge platform, and a lot of people were involved in the article. So she felt the need to say, look, watching it, I was like, look, are we really still talking about what she's talking about? I like the fact that she ended the live talking about, oh my God, I can't even think of the term, but she ended it on a social justice reform. And I was like, you know what? Okay, I can appreciate that.
She read the email that Candy sent to the executives.
Wait, say it again?
She must have read the email that Candy sent to the executives.
No. This one was more about criminal justice. This wasn't about.
Yeah, she's saying about, see, that lane, she could have taken that, but I feel like there should be no problem. There should be no, damn, I wish I did it. We all went together. No, you can't wish that. If someone had a great idea, you just applaud them and you hop on the wagon to do good. Because what she had the problem, it is obvious that she had the problem that Candy emailed the executives. There is no stipulation on the clause of the contract that you can't contact the executives unless the all cast knows.
Yeah.
Candy is not on Porsha's payroll, period.
Look, at the end of the day, I think they settled that. And if they settled that, we can move on from that particular part of it.
Did she, though?
Well, that's the way she made it seem in the live, that they had settled the argument.
Well, did she apologize to Kenya for people thinking she's coming after her without anything?
I don't feel like she feels the need. I don't think she feels like
she doesn't feel the need to apologize to anybody. When did she apologize? I feel like she looks at Candy. Oh, I apologize to you. You should bow to me. Like, if it wasn't for Kenya brings balance to the show. If it wasn't for Kenya, it would be the Nini Parade show. And now Porsha wants the show to be the Porsha Parade show. She already has Bravo chat room where everybody, they just applaud her, which is fine.
I don't watch that.
I stopped watching, but now I'm watching because of Summer House. Hello.
Uh-oh. Well, I didn't want to make this live about the Porsche thing, but since I just watched it, I was really contemplating making an hour about that. But then I was just like, I watched it and I was just like, she didn't quit. What she was talking about was very important, but it was so confusing on how this whole thing played out. And she said, I'll post a text message. I was like, all right, girl, when you post a text message, then I'll talk about it. Because I'm just very confused.
Can I say just one thing?
Yeah.
We know her track with text messages, thinking they're going to prove something. They proved the opposite. Remember last reunion?
What was it last reunion?
When she pretended that Kenya sent her a text about like bashing Cynthia. Yeah. And then she sent them to Andy and Cynthia. And the text messages proved nothing. Yeah. So it's more of the usual.
Well, we'll see. Matter of fact, let me see. Did she post the text messages?
I don't think she did. And if she will, I have a suspicion of what the outcome will be. I just want to say one thing.
No, she did. She posted something.
Well, then we have to read. Messages. We have to read. I was going to name myself something about Porsha so that you would address it, but I was happy that you were already talking. I said, okay.
Well, we talked about it a little bit, so I said, let me ask you, because I know you felt heavily on it, and you spoke about it during our last video earlier when we talked about the Real Housewives.
She's like
Atlanta reunion.
Say
it again?
She's doing like Colton. She's using now valid cause for her own purpose, and now she's trying to cover up that she was upset that she didn't have that idea. Nobody should have a problem with Candy emailing the executives. No one. That's her choice. She thought of it, and Candy is a boss. Let's face it. She's the only one there that had money prior to the show.
Yeah,
she's the only one prior to the show. I'm sure now Porsha is very well off, but like the way she started, they have all African princes, her and Kenya included. I'm not bashing only Porsha about that. No, really.
The African princess. Y'all remember that?
Kenya had some money because she was in production, this and that, and she was in the business.
And she bought her house in cash.
But yeah, and the Bentley as well.
The what?
The Bentley as well.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. So, this is why I feel like, Porsha, just don't talk about it. Just don't talk. Because the more you talk about
Well,
it,
Porsha felt the need to clear her name. And look, she cleared her name. I'm still a little confused.
I don't think she cleared her name.
Well, I mean, she cleared her name for herself.
Yeah.
But I look, I'm a little confused still from watching it. I was just like, all right. Anyways, let's talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Did you watch it?
Yes.
Obviously, you did. Look at your name. We'll never look at pineapple the same.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Let's jump in. How are you feeling about Jersey this season?
Listen, I would do without the woman and have only the men. No, seriously.
Really?
Yeah, especially now the way they are, like, everything feels so calculated.
Yeah.
The way they're introducing Louis, come on. I already see a spinoff. Bravo is cooking a spinoff.
Oh, please don't. Bravo, please.
I hope not. I hope not. I want to jinx it. This is why I'm saying
Look,
it.
speaking of Louis. Hey, Louis.
God.
I did a video earlier today talking about her new boyfriend and some more allegations coming out about him, about his exes, about him being obsessed with the nookie. So I brought some more receipts that I did not share in the video. So in the video, I posted the fake Tinder. The fake Tinder that, look, there are a lot of fake Tinders. That to me wasn't valid, and no one ever sent that to me. That was not in my DMs. The whole sexuality meetup group that he allegedly is the organizer of, anyone can name it Louis R. I don't know why he would name his Louis R, because it's so obvious.
Maybe he's obvious.
But I knew about that because someone, I don't know, is probably a friend of his ex, sent it to me weeks ago, probably almost a couple months ago.
Wow.
So I said, okay, look, I'm not Page Six. I don't have Page Six lawyers behind me. Just saying. So I don't know how I can't validate this, but Page Six found the actual link. Wow. So I was like, all right. So then I said, okay, let me go back into my bag of tricks. And I'm not sure if I don't know. Can I share this? I mean, I can read it. I don't know if I should share it though.
I would. Why not? People will start.
Okay, no, I can share this particular one. I don't want to share the names of the people in the group because that could be considered. I mean, they're using aliases anyway. But this is how the group is described. Good stripper
names.
Because as Miriam said, we were slowly being introduced to Louis coming on the show. So look, the group that I mentioned in the video. And I'll post a link in the description of this video so you guys can watch the video that I did today in regards to Louis and all the smoke surrounding Louis and this relationship. So this is the group that allegedly Louis is the organizer of. And this is how they describe this private group in his town of Allendale, New Jersey. This group is for people who love themselves and love their bodies. Come feel comfortable within yourself with like-minded people who are entranced by the height of tantric massage. Life is too fast and so many things moving at all times. This escape will be slow, sensual, and mind-blowing.
I appreciate the dramatic reading.
I love reading things like this. But look, look, there's other things. Hold on. Look, hold on. Lord. I got to get, so we're talking, for those that are just joining us, we're talking about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. We're talking about Teresa's new boyfriend, Louis Ruelas? Ruelas? I don't know how you pronounce it.
Me neither.
Wait, I have to find my, so look, I'll point this out.
I was going to say something bad.
What were you going to say? Uh-oh. I don't know if I should.
Louis Pineapple Eater.
You know what? Pineapple. I mean, the fact that they called him sex obsessed made me think, is this why she's talking so much about sex in this season? Because of what's happening between them two? Look, I didn't believe this. A lot of people are believing that he would post. First of all, why would he post a public picture of himself on Tinder if he's dating Teresa? That's a picture of him in Teresa's kitchen.
Wow.
So why would he do that? You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense to me.
That doesn't make sense. No.
But hold on. I need to pull out some of the other stuff that I have. I thought I did, and apparently I did not.
But where there's a smoke, there's fire.
And I've been saying that. I've been saying, I feel like there's a little bit more going on with Louis. Oh my goodness. I wish I had pulled this out earlier, but let me see if I can find what I'm looking for. Hold on, y'all. I apologize in advance.
It's a detective work.
Well, look, I didn't have to do much. People just look. I had the police report weeks ago, but like I said, I don't have paid 6 lawyers. So look, who's gonna protect me?
Police report. Wow, that's telling.
Oh, this is what I want to share, and I can't screenshot this because I'm afraid. Oh, can I share this picture of Louis when he was heavier? I can, right? It's a picture of heavier.
How it started? How is it going?
I can't stand you. Oh wait, let me just, Natalie, you always show so much support. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate you. So look at Louis now. Well, I guess not now, but not too long ago. I love how Daisha's in the chat. She's like, do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
No, I have to be very careful. But this, you see, this is what Louis looks like now. But someone sent me this picture.
Where is it? That's me.
It's coming. Look, it's coming. And I was like, why are they sending me this picture? I mean, yes, we all were heavier at some point. I mean, he's come a long way.
Yeah.
He's come a long way.
I think he visited Bill a few times.
Dr. Bill? You think he's not natural?
No. Clearly, he does his eyebrows and he does Botox.
Oh, look, no shame. I've done Botox.
No, I'm not
I need to do more.
That was the first thing I noticed. And I feel like, I don't know if this relationship is real. I'm sorry. I said it.
You don't think it's real, or do you think that there's more to Louis?
I think there's more to Louis. It's a staged. Because this is a good storyline for Teresa, and she's always thinking of something. She like Caroline Manzo. If she was on the show, I think she would continue her prediction. Remember when she predicted, I will stay with him till the end. Oh no, then they're gonna get divorced, and I'm gonna be strong for my daughters. Blah blah blah. All that happened, and I feel like this is a continuation because she has nothing else now, and she's used to fame and the money she's getting. She's getting a lot of.
Well, we did a whole video talking about Teresa being worried about her job. We will get into the episode, y'all. We are talking about the Real Housewives of New Jersey, but I did have some tea that I did not share in the video that I did earlier today on this whole Louis story. So a little bit more. So look, Page 6 did not report on this. So I received messages that were within this group. So he allegedly, I don't know. It could be women scorn. I don't know. Ex-girlfriends. I don't know. So, but remember in the live that I did earlier today, I alluded to some bisexuality in the group. Double dipping.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to share this because there's pictures. You can actually see people. And I'm not going to say, yeah.
So you have pictures?
Well, pictures of people other than Louis. It's not Louis
okay.
But if this is his group, allegedly, maybe there's some association. So one of the group members in this Allendale sexuality, what is it called again? Allendale Sacred Sexuality Meetup. The group is for people who love themselves and love their bodies. Come feel comfortable with yourself and with the like-minded people who are entranced by the height of tantric massage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oops.
So in the group, allegedly, this one post says, "By bottom, looking to meet up next week."
Ooh.
Another, I can't stand you, Miriam.
Sorry, I'm here for sound effects.
Another person in the group allegedly says, "I'm in need of a tops touch. Be gentle at first, then work my muscles hard."
I'm so glad I put my AirPods.
Oh, Well, I don't think. Look, and this is what is allegedly being said in this group. So when the
Ooh.
person DM'd me this information, I was like, "Are you trying to say that Louis is the organizer allegedly of a group that is all the people I see in this group that I can see that they've sent me were men?" People in the chat. So, some other things that were said. Who's available to come to my condo and suffering tonight? I know last minute plans, but those are the best. Okay, that's not as scandalous, but the other ones were.
Wow.
And that was a guy.
You
I don't
know,
know. I don't know.
I am not, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I
You
wouldn't be
know,
surprised either.
for me, it was like I was suspicious about how truthful the relationship is, but now seeing how they're introducing him little by little, and then
And we
oops,
didn't think we were going to see him
even
at
like
all.
Melissa, exactly. We see him meeting her up at the restaurant. I thought that was
Mhm.
it, but then we have Melissa saying like pretending she had the slip of a tongue in the confessional. It's like so orchestrated.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of pre-produced moments this season so far. Badar says maybe is so excited to be with someone else after being with Joe Judice sexually all these years. Rightfully so. Rightfully. Look, I get why Teresa's excited if this
Anyone
is a new
would.
relationship. Yeah. I can completely understand. But let's get into this episode a little bit because look, I know we're already 26 minutes in and we haven't really talked too much about the episode. Um, where to start? I don't want to even talk about Melissa's relationship with
You want to
Joe and
start
them
with
resolving
Jennifer
it
and oh,
because they talk
that is
about
a
it during the
stage.
lunch with the ladies, and then of course Melissa and Joe go out together and they have their own conversation on I'm different than I was 5 years ago, and I'm like, girl. Anyways, Dolores has a biopsy happening. I got a
Yeah,
little emotional watching that.
yeah, me
Um,
too.
I love the conversation between Dolores and Frank. I know you love the husbands, but he
Yeah.
really was like, I don't know about this whole David situation.
Well, and he's being the same person here, but I don't know. Like, let's face it, Dolores is nothing without Frank and her son.
Yeah.
She's really she never really like showed anything personal about her. She's
Hmm.
on the show because everybody loves Big Frank and Little Frank.
Yeah. It's true.
Everybody loves them.
And but I love Dolores too. I
So
think Dolores looks amazing this season. I mean, she doesn't really bring a lot. She doesn't really bring a lot. She
she's
brings Frank and Tanya.
she's the Shemia. She's the Shemia
But I actually
of New
like
Jersey.
Dolores.
But at least we see her family. We see her daughter. We see her son. We see her ex-husband. We see her allegedly boyfriend. That's only like
David. Dr.
showcasing
David.
his home. uh it's listen, they talk about Kenya staging relationships. See, look at that. I feel like, Dolores, thankfully, but I'm not mad that she's on the show because of Frank. But let's face it, without the Frank and her
Mhm.
son, she would be like, her son is gorgeous, and we all hope like maybe him and Gia one day.
I mean, I
There's that
don't.
kind of thing. But I don't know. I think like any mom, like when you have a close friend, you would hope that the kids get together because
So that you're really
obviously
family.
Dolores and yeah, and Teresa, they really get along because Dolores, she stamps everything that Teresa does. She pretends to criticize her, but when it comes to the confessionals, like when they had the after show, they call, she was totally like, she put, what's her name? She put Jackie on the wrong completely. Hello, Jackie made the analogy, like just point that out that because she's not married, she can't go after a husband. So she's gonna go next Kim, who
Yeah.
mostly like
But they're in a better place now. Do you think it's authentic?
no, not at
But
all.
Jackie also insinuated that she does, she never knows where she really is with Teresa. So she did talk about that in this episode. But they're in a
Yes.
decent space right now. They're in a decent space. I want to go back to Dolores and her biopsy. I kind of went for Dolores in my notes here because I was saying to myself, you're here advocating. You just won an award a couple of episodes ago for advocating for people to take care of their health, and you haven't had a mammogram in years. I was like, that's very irresponsible, Dolores, and hypocritical.
That was, yeah, if it's true.
Oh, damn. You really think that's pre-produced too? Can we talk about the nanny versus housekeeper situation?
I don't go. Listen, I hate going to the doctor, and I do my mammogram every year.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, there are a lot of women that don't. So I kind of believe it.
She's not supposed to be. I don't know. She's on a TV show, and that's her cause. I'm not doubting that she works for these foundations. I do not doubt that. But when you work for this foundation, now you're telling me that you never had the mammogram in years?
Excuse me.
That is.
I felt like she was being very hypocritical in that particular. I didn't like that. I was like, okay, now this is going to be your. I thought it was so weird. It was such a weird moment.
She totally defeated her cause. She really did. She did damage.
Let's talk about Jennifer looking for a housekeeper on live. Why would she go on live? Like, I'm not even going to associate the whole situation with the pandemic in general. Why would you go on live looking for a housekeeper when you have this big, beautiful home? You just want someone from live to apply?
I think she had one too many again.
You think? She thought she was drunk?
Yeah, she seemed a little bit, yeah.
You're right. When you look back at the actual live, she did seem a little
tipsy, and not to the point of passing out like the pool party.
Face first.
But yeah, listen, I don't blame her because like her problems are different than ours. She has different problems. But that doesn't mean that she doesn't feel. I'm not defending her. I don't like her. I'm not defending her. I love her husband.
You don't like her?
For her, no. Because she's another one, but she's smart. She knew where to pledge allegiance to or to whom.
Mm-hmm.
This is why she is there. Sometimes she grows on me. She has some excerpts of truthfulness, and I wish,
I agree.
like when she was, like when she had the aha moment that she needs to be more like understanding of her mom.
Yes.
That for me, like that was a good, like the only moment that I really was paying attention and feeling like there is worth to what she's saying or doing. That's a teachable moment to all of us.
Rose said, why didn't Jennifer go to an agency? I wouldn't want anyone near my kids doing a live. I agree.
Because she
was on the sauce, allegedly, according to this one. We're going to get back to Jennifer because I want to talk about the psychic medium. The psychic medium was on point because I know a lot of people were skeptical. All this information is Googleable and blah, 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 blah. Even Evan at one point said, oh, there are tons of Jewish mothers that
Jewish moms named Esther.
And I was like, come on, Evan. For her to pick one name out of nowhere in that particular moment, no. I really believe this woman was on point. Did you? Oh, wait.
Well, she was on point. But come on.
But what?
I don't know. I feel like she
Diana said, I think she's a closet drinker, maybe dealing with being public. Oh. Diana just said she was high. You know what? You guys are.
Listen, I feel like the psychic definitely, like she was bringing up like Teresa's parents. Obviously, she knows Teresa. She watches
even
the
before
show.
She was reading the lady. She was talking to Gia, and she was talking about her mom, her Nona, saying that she no longer has pain in her hands. So I was like, oh.
I don't know.
I mean, you can be skeptical. I felt like she was on point.
She was on point. No, we agree here. but on point out of merit or out of information gathered. That's she
I
was on
mean,
point.
look, there's a lot of information that she couldn't gather, though. Like, there's some information that's not online. Maybe you could look up information on Teresa. There's not a lot of
This
information
is
on the.
where, but let's face it, how would they make the episode compelling or that scene compelling unless she's on point?
I've seen
And we
Bravo throw
know
these psychic mediums under the bus, so I don't see why they would make her seem good if she wasn't good. To be honest with you.
well because she's I don't know maybe I don't know I'm skeptical. I don't feel like
Look, apparently. Well, let's talk a little bit about the medium. Why was Michelle there, the realtor? I was like, oh my god, are
can
they
we
really
talk
trying to make
about
Michelle
her?
happen?
Can we talk about her eyebrows? Is the realtor you're talking about?
Her eyebrows goes all the way down here.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's not Jersey. That is not Jersey.
I don't know what Michelle is. I did not like Michelle at all. I didn't like her from the whole situation. And then she's kissing everybody. And I was like, really, Melissa, you hugging and kissing this woman when she said your husband owes your husband money? Like, I would be like, hi, how are you? I'm not going to be like,
She wants a tomato.
Say again?
She wants a tomato. What do they hold? She wants a tomato.
I don't know what they hold. I
Is
don't know what they
do
hold.
they hold tomatoes?
I have
Just
no.
make this up.
There's nothing in this picture, I don't think. Hold on.
Well, we have tomatoes in Jersey, so
No, they're not holding anything in this picture.
She wants a tomato.
They're holding themselves.
They should hold tomatoes. Our tomatoes.
Why a tomato?
Tomatoes.
I don't understand. Look, I'm not. Anyways, let's get that.
We're
losing track, and this is already 36 minutes in. So I felt like the medium was on point. I feel like her predicting a lot in regards to David. The biggest predictions in this was her saying to Dolores that she doesn't feel like David is her soulmate. I don't think David is the person for her.
Do you need a psychic to tell you that?
No. But she didn't know that. The medium didn't know that. Anyways, I'll just say what I think in regards to this because you don't believe the medium at all. Melissa's father was there. She talked about it, and that made me get emotional watching that because we literally just last week were watching them memorialize No. So that was really, really sweet. But the thing is, the medium said that they felt that this is when the group found out, oh, there is someone in Teresa's life. And they felt that, love is in the air. And I said, oh, no. Oh, no. Don't tell me they don't.
To be honest with you, this is where I was buying the medium till that. Because this is part of the orchestration. And then during that, they brought Melissa in the confessional, and she has a boyfriend. Come on, this is where the medium lost me. At first, I was engaged.
But Jara says, based on the reaction,
I'm skeptical of producers.
Wait, I'm reading. Based on the reactions of the ladies, I believe the medium too. How did the medium know Dolores's dog's name? There's a lot. I mean, I believe. Look. I thought it was interesting when Melissa's father showed up, and we already know Melissa and her father passed away when she was very young. Him showing up.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did Dolores? I don't follow all the ladies, but when her dog passed away, did she post something on Instagram?
That's a lot of work for a medium to do to come to make it believable. That's a lot of work.
I would. I
mean, you're not alone. There are a lot of people that are skeptical. There are a lot of people that are skeptical of mediums. Daisha says there was a lot of moments where the eyebrows went up. I'm just saying. I mean, but there are a lot of people like
in case of that girl went down.
I thought that too when she said eyebrows. I was like, well, those eyebrows weren't going any up. They were just all on the side of her face. Melissa, the realtor. But before
they need an Instagram account.
One of the things I have to say, I did enjoy of New Jersey, and I didn't realize how diverse New Jersey really was because we have a Turkish family, we have in that culture, we have Jackie who's Jewish. Now I'm like, oh my God, we do need Jackie on the show. I like that diversity, and then we have the Italians, and what that means. So I'm just like, oh,
representation is everything. This
yep.
is why, like, I hope Married to Medicine takes a page of their book in New Jersey.
Yeah. Well, you know what? And I'll say this about the Bravo producers. They have been trying to have a Black housewife on that franchise. It just hasn't worked out. And I know the Black housewife that they were trying to have. So they have tried to mix it up there and just hasn't worked out. Can we talk about, and then we can wrap this, because I think Jersey is good this season. Not a lot happened in this episode, which I'm okay with. But it still was entertaining to watch them. But let's talk about Jennifer's parents. And, the psychic told Jennifer that she needs to acknowledge that what her mother is feeling. And that's how I feel, because I'm Team Mama in this particular instance. Not to say that
I'm Team Mom too.
Bad, but I do feel like Jennifer and the rest of her siblings have alienated the mom to the house by herself. I mean, that's the way it looks on TV. And they've taken the side of the father, brought the father over there like he was being abused. And she said, no, he's been emotionally abusive to me. It's not just physical. That's one of the things that came up in this episode. What was your reaction to, first of all, it was so awkward. Why did she bring it up in front of the father?
Well, because she's unfiltered in that matter. It was hurtful to her dad. But you know what? If there is a moment that I totally believe that, because that is something that really, like, I lived through a little bit, but I know it's not about me here. The thing is, she was so young when she got married, and he was already 16, there was no love there.
She was like 16, he was like 26.
Yeah, that's so. Well, my mom got married at age 16, so I get a lot of their culture because it's coming there from the Middle East, and they're Christians, they're not Muslims, but it's a cultural thing. And the man goes to work, comes back home, he's the hero. All that Jennifer remembers is her dad. Oh, did you pray this and that? Well, meanwhile, her mom needed to deal with her mood swings, the hormonal things, her
disciplining her.
Yeah,
she probably was the one that had to discipline her. The father would just come home. He'd be like, "Oh," and then give her whatever she wanted, and then he's back to work.
Yeah, and I have that with my kids too. Like their dad, he's older than me by 13 years, and he looks older. They're way more sympathetic to their dad.
Oh,
they don't. I don't think they even register my age with them. But yeah, because I look younger, and I'm like, I have a young spirit because I laugh a lot. I make fun of myself. But I totally understand why all the kids feel sorry for their dad, because he looks so fragile.
Yeah,
compared to her mom.
Until he was like, "That's a lie." I was like, "Oh." Well, Shanta says,
Wow.
Why Jennifer bring up in front of the dad? That should have been a private conversation with her and her mom. And then I always have to think in the back of my mind, they're filming this. It wouldn't surprise me if the producer was like, "Bring this up now." Action.
Did you notice her mom when they were talking in the kitchen, how she was looking at someone else other than Jennifer? She was, her eyes were moving. It was obvious that the producers were there. Her mom, she's not as good as Jennifer to ignore the cameras.
Yeah.
It was totally wrong from Jennifer. I'm sure she did that because she was encouraged.
Yeah, but it felt so awkward. It was like, oh my God, this is so sensitive that you're bringing this up in front of your father.
It was cringy.
But then we probably wouldn't have had that real moment to see his true side. So.
And then see, Bill, he is the one who told his daughter, you shouldn't be witnessing this.
Yeah, I forgot Gabby was there.
And then he goes, oh. Yeah, and then he goes, Like the surgeon just came home. He goes, "Oh, go outside. I get drink tea outside, and I'll clean here. I clean this up for you." Like he's really a great guy, even
I
in
mean,
front of
down
the
to the
cameras.
point he puts the shoes on. So I'm like, look, Dr. Bill, we love you.
We love him. Yeah, we love Bill.
And they
We
always seem to
love
have a
Bill.
good relationship. We never see them have like bickering, which makes me wonder: are they just giving us a certain image? I'm like, what's really happening with Jennifer and Dr. Bill?
Maybe
Dr. Bill seems very laid back in comparison to her.
he is very laid back, and he's the one. Did you like pay attention to? I'm sure, of course, you did. Like when I ask you, it's not that you didn't, but like I mean, when he talked with Jennifer's dad, saying, chances are, if it wasn't for our culture, you guys would have been divorced.
Yep.
Which is true.
Yeah.
That is so freaking true.
But for me, the most important thing, look, I understand the cultural situation in regards to their relationship and why they stayed together 48 years together. I understand that. But I think the bigger issue for me is the fact that Jennifer, and I'm not sure if her siblings as well, have alienated her mom. And like you said, they're treating her very differently, the mom, as opposed to the dad. And they're treating the dad like, oh, she's been very mean to you. She's been the disciplinarian. She's ran the house. He helped pay and keep the roof over everyone's head. But she was the one that had to be both mom and dad technically at home while he was working.
It's like me. It's like me. Yeah, it's not fun to keep reminding my kids, try to go to bed at a decent time, go brush your teeth. Did you shower today? You need to go shower. Like those are not fun things to do. And like bring your laundry down.
And they are tired of hearing you say it too, I'm sure.
Hear that from their dad. Yeah, because I say that every time I do it. But like, yeah, so I totally can see how they alienated their mom just based on the fact that she can still stand on the kitchen, make the cookies and cook while her dad can't.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna feel more sympathetic. They love their dad, which we understand that, but it hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, I can imagine. And I'm glad in this particular episode, which I thought was really sweet, that she acknowledged it and then they went out and they talked about it because they needed to get away from that energy, because I felt like that was becoming like she couldn't really tell her truth.
Yes, that conversation should have happened in the backyard.
Yeah,
from the beginning.
But like I said, I felt like they were trying to have a TV moment, the producers.
Oh yeah,
but at the same time, you're asking an abused woman to address her abuse in front of her abuser.
Yeah, that's not fair. It's not fair.
Allegedly. I'm not sure if she said she's felt emotionally abused.
Yeah, but yeah, when you come home, you expect everything to be done and you address her a certain way. And of course, I bet it's not only her wasn't in love with him. He wasn't in love with her. It was an arranged marriage.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Well, we'll never look at pineapples the same again. Thank you for being here and helping chime in on this episode. I'm excited for the reunion that will be coming up shortly. They'll be filming that very, very soon. I don't know. Jersey's still very good to me. I still find it very entertaining. But this episode was I'm glad they added the mix of the medium and some other little things. But there really wasn't a lot. And I think we're going to deal with Dolores' health scare over the next couple of episodes, which the medium also predicted. So, I mean, that's something she wouldn't have known either. But anyways, I'm not going to sit here and convince you.
I don't know.
Miriam,
listen, I'm not a skeptic by nature. It's just like we've seen what the producers have been doing. So, now I look at the episodes differently. And they choose to break the fourth wall when they deem necessary.
They've been breaking that fourth wall a lot, because I've been seeing a lot of cameramen in some of these editing. I'm like, what the hell? Why am I seeing a cameraman? But look, it is what it is.
Yeah, they're cute.
Thank you, Miriam, for being here. I appreciate you. Have a great night.
Oh, thank you. Why, I was dying to talk about Housewives today again.
Anything Housewives, right? Well, for those that are watching the replay of this, you will see a little bit of the Porsha stuff in the very beginning. Of course, we do finally get to the Real Housewives of New Jersey recap. We're excited about what's to come. So don't forget, we go live every week talking about New Jersey. So be sure to check it out. And don't forget to leave your thoughts on the medium, on the episodes. Are you Team Jennifer's dad or Team Jennifer's mom? Look, I'm Team Jennifer's mom. So thank you again, Miriam, for being here.
Jennifer's mom.
All right, yeah. Don't forget, again, for those that are watching this video, don't forget to like this video. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out when we have breaking news or when we upload. And we've uploaded, oh my God, a couple of videos today. A quick short videos we've added to our spiel of videos here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. So definitely check out the short videos if you want quick, hot takes in regards to hot topics. Be sure to check those out. But I also posted more about Louis, Teresa's boyfriend, and the tea that we discovered on him. I posted some of that in here, this video, and in the video that I did this morning. So be sure to check that out. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful evening.